Good morning.
Good morning. This is July 9th, and this
Thursday.
is Thursday morning reflections. And
Meditation reflections.
meditation reflections.
In this
yes.
morning.
Yes, well, that's, I'll get into why there was a bit of confusion there. It was a very good meditation as usual. And, weather report. Sunny skies. Yay! For a change, yeah.
Got lots of plans.
We have sunshine, so we get to do some outdoor things. Anyway, to the meditation. I got three things about it this morning, and the first one was reflection. And we call this meditation reflections, but the initial word is reflection. We are all mirrors for one another. We are all individual consciousnesses, but there is actually only one consciousness, and it's kind of divided up between all of us. So we are mirrors for one another. We are all source, looking at each other through our various distortions, so we have the illusion that we're all different. So the first one is reflections, because we're mirrors for one another. And the other one is because of our varied experiences and happenings and likes and dislikes and different cultures, different races, different this, that, and the other, we project out differently through our distortions. Now, distortion is not a bad word. It just means basically different. It's like a lens that, and you have various different kinds of lenses on cameras. You have a wide angle, you have a telephoto, you have a fisheye, just on and on and on, and colored filters as well, different colors, and depending on our development, those colors can change. So anyway, so the second one is projection, what we project out to the mirror that reflects back to us. And the third one is perception, how we perceive what comes back to us. And that varies too. So we have reflection, projection, and perception. So I could go on and on about this, but
Perception. Got to do a little more on that.
Perception, yeah. So how we see things is based on our own experiences. Yeah. So how do we get to the truth of something? Because we often have automatic responses. Oh, this A happened and I react with B. So you got to see things for how they are through our perceptions, and that takes a little more time, patience, and understanding of self and others. So be careful of perception, and always remember that we can change our perception by thinking about, well, how would another person view this idea or incident or whatever's going on? And because there's always more than one perception.
True.
Yeah.
In fact, and it kind of parallels something that I got this morning, which with the truth coming up. Mine was the idea that truth was slow, because truth eventually surfaces over time, because it's only truth that is healing and transformational. Lies come very easily and quickly, and that's the reason they're easy to catch, because somebody's making them up as they go along, and they fluctuate very quickly. And if you have a good memory, you can catch changes between one story and the next story, and that's a tip-off. Somebody's been making this up. But truth surfaces over time, has specific detail to it, and is invariably enlightening and healing. So truth has a very different feeling to it. Truth, the best explanation I've ever heard of truth was a man said, I want to hear the truth. And it was a huge wheel with the faces of a lot of different people on it. And if you wish to hear the truth, and the man went over and spun the wheel, so all these little electronic faces were continuing to talk, and they were spinning together, and the volume made one sound alone, and it was the sound of Om. So you've got truth, but it takes some getting to, and it takes some, I would say, perception. That's part of the same process. So it's interesting, we once again kind of paralleled each other in terms of the messages.
So our basic message is reflection, projection, and reflection, projection, and perception.
Mm-hmm.
I have to read it because I just can't hold things in my head anymore.
Well, that's
I hold them in my heart. That's my excuse.
That's the very carefully ITON on all of them, and it's just a complicated group of ideas. But the more you sense it makes, and the more truth it carries. Since mine was about truth.
Plus, I'm reading 4 books at once right now. So. All these different ideas bouncing around in my head. It's just...
Which is fun. You're guided to things, which I think is important. In your reading and your research and your so forth, which I encourage everybody to do. Check all the information, see if it resonates with you, and realize that when a book arrives, sometimes, this is the next piece of learning you get to do, and you have to work at it.
Yeah. So be good to yourself. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time.
See you tomorrow.
Blessings.
Blessings upon you.